Welcome to the Books, Beards, Booze podcast, where we talk books, drink booze, and have beards.
That's excessive.
Right.
That was a long one.
Well, I felt like on the last episode I kind of undersold it, so I'm compensating.
Shortchanged everyone.
I'm compensating. I want everyone to get.
So that was
the
their
full
all
effect.
right with interest. All right.
Yeah. All right. Oh man, you know what the dream is? We get Matthew
McConaughey to come in here?
record an intro for us.
Rewind. Back it up. Let's start over. And go.
All right. I'm Bob of Tells by Bob.
I'm the ass of the podcast, Derek.
I'm freelance,
No, you're not.
No, you're not. You
No.
lost the right.
and I forgot the
lost
next.
it.
It's not correspondent. Freelance.
It doesn't matter.
Consultant.
You're unpaid
not-
intern Tanya.
Yeah.
Well, no correction. You were just intern Tanya.
I don't know.
until
She
we-
couldn't even
Am I
remember.
regressing all the way back to the beginning?
I mean, you keep on.
Yikes.
You keep on.
I'm freelance consultant, Tanya.
We'll put a pin in that. The only reason I'm even considering it because brand ambassador Ryan came up with it, and
You need to listen to him. He keeps giving you good advice on things, and you keep ignoring it, and then years later going, my God, that's a good idea.
You know what? In about 3 months, you'll get
Is
a
it
new
because
name.
Ryan's...
I don't
Is it
understand
because,
what
I think it's because
he's-
Ryan lives in the future.
he does.
He's on
he
the
lives
other
in
side of the
future.
Dateline, and
Yeah.
then Dateline NBC.
Oh, I date him.
Wow. Cool.
He's majestic.
That kind of derailed where I was going, but cool. Yeah, super. His ideas come from the future, and you're an old person who likes old person things, and so it takes you a while to get
Are you
caught up
whoa. Are you calling Bob old?
Because you're
A granny.
like
How many
60.
times has he on this podcast says like I am set in my ways?
How
I'm
many cats do
crotchety
you
conservative
have?
guy. How many cats do I have? Well, that's it. What is that? How is that relevant?
Well, you
You're
have-
a
all right,
crazy cat
you have,
granny.
You have 3, but if you count them
By their
By
mass.
mass?
Yeah.
it's a
Like
disturbing
7.
number.
Like, she sent me a snap of one of her cats. I legitimately thought it was a meme. I did not realize your cat was that
No,
big.
that-
Have you ever
my-
seen Long Cat? Like it's like the inverse of Long Cat. It's Wide Cat.
Oh, my poor baby.
Stop feeding him so much. Maybe he'll eat the rats then. Mice, whatever.
But
Maybe we'll eat that creepy guy that lives in your attic.
Horace?
Horace.
I wish Horace would earn his keep and feed the cats for me. That way I could go and do things.
Have you asked?
He
I mean,
earns
the worst
his-
you could say is no.
He earns his keep by lotioning your feet with his tongue in your sleep.
Well, he's doing a piss poor job because he could rub my feet. That would be swell. My feet hurt.
You're
I
not.
got
Oh
this
my God,
thing
we're
going
not
on.
You're
doing
not
this-
gonna like the
we're-
way he rubs them.
We're
I got
not
the,
doing
ew,
this
gross.
again.
No,
We
I've
are
got this
not
thing
doing
going on
again.
with like the arch of one of my feet hurts
Just
real
stop.
bad. But
Just stop.
Okay. He could be your arch nemesis.
anyhow,
All right, so we have a fun episode for you this week. So we sat around and thought, like, oh, what are we gonna do? And we were like, you know what? What would be fun? Like, imagine for a moment,
imagine with me if you can.
we're taking a road trip. We're composing our ultimate fantasy road trip. You pick the destination, like where's your road trip going?
Yeah.
You pick who is your navigator, who controls the auxiliary cord.
Yeah.
You know, someone's got to run the tunes.
Who's playing that soundtrack?
Who's
boy?
providing the snacks?
That's the essential part. Snacks.
The
I'm all about that food.
catch being that, like, if you pick Mid-Kemia, you don't get a minivan in Mid-Kemia. You have to use
Whatever
but
vehicle
you get
would
the
be
best
relevant.
available transport. So
You're not hoofing it everywhere.
yeah,
Question.
you're not walking. Yes.
In this example, would I get to ride a dragon?
If that's the best mode of
That's
common
the-
mode of transportation.
No,
See?
best mode of conventional.
There you go.
Best
Okay.
mode of conventional.
That might have
Yeah, that
changed
was-
my answer.
Well, yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
now, all right. Bonus question we'll throw in
Okay.
is like, what's the unconventional mode of transportation that you end up picking from this world? And
Oh, piss.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't think
Well,
about that.
no.
Well, that's what's a bonus question on the fly.
Okay, well,
I got. All right, so let's start.
Okay.
Now, how do we want to do it? Do we
Where
want-
are you going first?
Well, I was going to say, do we want to each person reveal their entire road trip
No.
at once?
I think what we should do
Maybe.
is everyone announce their destinations,
Okay.
And then we can-
go one by one and
Who's
decide
in your
who's in
vehicle.
your
Okay.
vehicle.
All
yeah.
right.
Where
All
are you
right.
going, Bob?
where am I going? I decided my ultimate road trip destination would be...
Why do we have sirens out here in BFE, y'all?
That's fucking weird.
Hopefully y'all can't hear that in the podcast, but that is alarming.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hear them all the time, but anyway. So...
That's just in your head, though.
Yeah, probably. All right, so my dream road trip destination, Middle Earth. I want to take a road trip from the Shire to Gondor and hit all the cool stops.
Oh, so you a bitch. You ain't going to go all the way?
To
Mount
Mordor?
Doom?
No, fuck that.
You see this guy?
No, that's bleak.
Come and
desolate.
knock
There's
on
fucking-
Mordor. Mordor. Sauron's waiting for you.
I mean, I'm not mad at it.
That's so good. I'm so proud of
I'm
myself.
just kind of... Wow.
That's
But
so
there's
good.
so
I
many
love
cool
it.
places. Like, so to me, the reason I think that Tolkien is why I think he's the more or less the best fantasy writer of all time is because he does the best job of world building.
Yeah.
In that his world is very cool in and of itself. Nothing like nowadays, it's kind of almost run of the mill because it inspired everything else.
Right.
But he does the best job of imparting this sense of age.
Right.
Like it feels like a real lived in world that you see all these ruins and stuff like that. So I want to go and see some of these ruins.
So you'd like to kind of take a slow, languid journey, and anytime you find something interesting, just stop and go look at it.
Yeah. So like, and
So
cool.
kind of like
Okay.
our Highway
And
31
what-
road trip where we
Yeah,
just kind of
what-
like
Well, even
stopped.
that had a bit of a time.
well, we did have a time
crunch.
crunch on that because folks had to get back to work.
Yeah.
So, but like, and also let's go ahead and talk about how you're traveling. Like in Middle
Okay.
Earth, like.
wagon.
They never make
Is
any.
it-
They
is
never
it-
make any reference to carriages at
No,
all.
it's
So I
just
feel like
open
a
wagon.
wagon.
well, apparently we're not allowed to use carriages.
No, okay,
no,
see.
a carriage is fine.
No.
Oh. Wait, what?
If you have Derek off air, we were kind of talking about this while you were
And
technology
this makes
fiddling.
sense, I guess.
So
but-
Derek's like, well, I would just have someone in a stagecoach. I'm like, no, you're gonna have an Uber the whole way because the modern equivalent of a stagecoach, someone drives you.
I'm not saying
There'd
it.
be
Well,
no, but that was what Derek was like. Well,
yeah.
I'll just have a
well, I
stagecoach
was just
drive
saying,
me.
it's
Well,
like if you're
no,
a
that's an
wagon,
Uber.
you drive.
No,
Yeah, a
could
wagon,
just-
you have to drive
you
your
can
own
drive
wagon.
a carriage.
Yeah, but who drives their own carriage?
Yeah, no,
If you're
you
doing
have
a
to.
road
You
trip.
have to be
No,
the
you
one
wouldn't-
driving your vehicle because you wouldn't right now in 2019. You wouldn't pay an Uber to drive you across the town. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, okay, but here's what
And ain't nobody got enough money to pay a hired person to cruise you around. It's not it's not a tour.
I don't know, Miss Bougie.
Yeah, right. You literally have taken a Uber to my house.
Bitch. You,
All right, neither here nor there. Look, stop.
it was right around the corner. It was
I
for your
don't-
birthday party and it wasn't that far. It wasn't like I was driving all the way across the town. And
Stop. All right, I don't think a carriage is out of the question.
No, I
Like-
don't think you hire someone
here's-
to
well,
drive
no,
you.
but here's the thing: you
No,
don't
no,
have
yeah, you
you
can
don't
drive
have
it
to.
yourself.
You can drive it yourself.
But I just
Like
feel
if
like
if
it kinda
carriages are
defeats the
common in your world, you could have a carriage.
I just feel like it defeats the purpose because
It
if
does.
they're some people are inside, then they're not talking to you. And
Yeah.
it just
Well,
Then you have an open air
Look,
wagon.
I did not pick a carriage.
Yeah.
I'm
like
just
a wagon
saying
would be better.
A wagon.
because
it's
what
open
what
and-
we said was the best, most comfortable conveyance in your world.
Regular mode of
and
transportation.
A carriage is a lot more comfortable than a regular wagon. It just is. It's designed to ride in relative comfort compared to a wagon. So
True.
that's why I said that. But anyway, I choose a wagon because they never make any reference to any sort of carriage anywhere that I'm aware of. So
And they at least have wagons, at least in the movies, that one time where Gandalf is riding one and has all
yeah,
his...
they've got wagons.
Yeah.
Like that's a thing. They've got wagons. So I am going. I want to stop in. Was like Took Hollow. I want to go to Bree. I want to visit all these cool ruins, Weathertop. Like basically just go see fucking everything.
Take
yeah.
a movie tour.
Yeah. So basically, we should just go to New Zealand and
Yes.
rent a wagon
We should go to New Zealand.
and make Ryan pull us.
Make the kangaroos pull us. Wallabies?
There are no kangaroos in New Zealand.
Don't they have some fluffy critter? They
Wombat.
have to. Yeah, that's the one. I'm
Wombats
thinking
have square poop.
Reel it in, guys.
Okay, Derek, where are you going?
Da-da-da.
Okay, I have two answers, but I'll give you one and then we'll
Okay.
talk about the other one later. I'm going to go to Imre. in
From where?
King Killer Chronicles.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I forget the name of the world right
Okay.
now. I'm blanking for some reason.
Yeah.
But that's the end point. I'll see the stuff in the rest of the world, the
Yeah.
commons and all that stuff.
Emery's where the school is,
It's across the road.
where the art stuff is.
It's where the art.
Okay.
It's where the Aeolian is, which is the end of my journey.
Okay, cool.
That's what I'm. That's
You
my.
know, you think you're going to show up on the night that Quoth is playing, but you're really going to show up on like.
I never said how long I'd stay.
He'll have been gone on like a 7-month journey, and you just show up on like they're having a resident like tambourine player for like.
We'll discuss it.
Yeah.
I thought.
Okay, yeah. No, anyway, I'm just. Okay,
Yeah,
so you're
but that's
going,
where that's
going to the
and
Aeolian.
I was gonna say like let's be real here. I'm not a super adventurous kind of guy, and I don't like big,
outdoors.
loud, and I don't like danger much.
Yeah.
So it's a little dangerous, but it's not like these worlds where like dragons just fucking fly down and swoop.
Right.
Chomp chomp.
I'm
Yeah.
kind of assuming that when I'm taking this road trip, it's after the Lord of the Rings has happened, so Sauron is put to bed.
I don't know. I feel like maybe you would want to do it between the big war and before the Hobbit, so that it, like, before he wakes back up and starts doing shit, so that you can still live in like see the
Between
really
Hobbit and the Lord of the
interesting
Rings.
stuff.
Maybe. I just don't want there to. I just want to cut down on my risk of getting
Shanked by
my
orcs.
thing
orc
was,
orc 8.
okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyways, but my thing is, I'm pretty low key. I just want to go and go see cool stuff, and then at the end, I just hang out and listen to some of the most amazing musicians ever playing in like a low tavern where I just
Yeah.
drink metheglin and fucking.
So I read a book read a book, but it was a collection of short stories. One of the short stories in there was about people who use magic to do music, or do music to do magic. It was really cool. I think you'd like it.
I've read there's a
you'd like
book
it.
my brother read and suggested to me a long time ago that was about that. But anyways, where would you like to go?
So a few months ago, Bob, you and I did a podcast about like where our top fantasy travel destinations would be.
Yeah.
And I tried.
picked- and that's actually where the great vegetable debate started.
It was. So
Because I talked about pundi rice on
Caladan.
Caladan.
Yeah. So I really racked my brain to think of a place I would like to go that we didn't already discuss in that previous podcast. I mean, I would love to go to Rivendell. That's a place I would like to go.
Is that where they're taking the hobbits?
No, that's Isengard.
Ah.
Isengard to Isengard.
Oh
They're
my
taking
God.
the hobbits to Isengard to
Focus.
Isengard. So to think of a place that I would like to go that we hadn't already discussed, because Rivendell is where I would like to go, but Pemberley Estate from Pride and Prejudice.
Okay,
It's-
I haven't.
It's a big house,
Yeah.
and they've got all these servants and food and shit. But they also have like a lavish garden and things like that, like a kind of a low key place to just chill and be pampered and go hang out in gardens, eat some food, hobnob with people,
Okay,
walk to a town if I felt like so
Intriguing
inclined.
choice.
But I didn't want to go someplace where I was going to get
got.
Yeah, I didn't want to
Yeah.
get et.
Well,
So,
spoiler, you said the place in Pride and Prejudice, but you actually wound up at the place of Pride,
Pride
and
and
Prejudice.
and
Some
zombies.
zombies,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
That'd be
like,
my luck.
I know it's a weird place to go, but I really wanted to pick a place that we hadn't previously discussed in that
Yeah.
podcast. And
Okay.
though Rivendell would be like,
I had no
I would
fucks
really
given.
like to go there.
That would, hands down, I would just have to go. You could go to Dune. You'd love that place. You like
Just-
the hot. You love the heat.
I love the heat. It's great. I hate the being sweaty.
All right, so
well, who do we want to go first? I know
I went
Todd-
first this time, so
Well,
we
here's the
can
thing.
alternate.
Well, what I'm saying is, I think we should do our full car.
Okay,
All
so
at
talk about our whole
once.
car.
So that we can
So now
kinda
we know
lay
our
out our
destination.
ideas.
Talk about your whole car now.
Okay, yeah. I'm
But
with
here's
that.
the thing:
I'm with that.
who do we want to go first? Now, Tanya, you said that yours.
I mean, I don't have a whole lot to talk about for
Okay.
my people.
So
it's
I
like,
have
all right,
I have
well,
a-
here's my people.
I have a-
That's it.
Well,
Kind
let's
of a
go.
mid-range.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Tanya,
Me and then the two of
Bob,
y'all.
and then I'll.
Okay.
Okay.
So, in real life, I really don't. I mean, I don't mind driving, but I'm a much better passenger because I'm easily distracted. How many times are we in the car and I'm like, ooh, cat. Ooh, there's a cat. Cat.
And yet,
cat.
every time I point out, oh look, there's a critter on the side of the road, she's like, what?
Well, most of the time you're pointing out a dead thing.
Because
That's
she
like
has a fucking cat radar because she's a crazy
Yeah.
cat lady.
Cat bar.
cat. Anyway, so my navigator,
She
I
has
also
a cat scan.
Oh, did you know that dogs can't get MRIs,
I had an MRI this week.
but cats
you know that?
can?
Wah wah.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
So, all right, so Give us your crew.
My navigator is going to be Aragorn from Lord of the Rings. He's Strider. He's used to Aragorn, whatever.
Yeah.
The Strider from Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I feel like he would be really good at navigating and also just fucking drive this thing. Like,
Okay.
You ain't about that.
It's not a bad choice.
yeah,
I'm with
yeah.
it. I'm with
and
it.
plus, he would
it's not
kind
the
of
right one,
Isn't he kind of a leader too? So
He
like,
is.
if you were like, oh man, I don't. If he's
he's a very take charge kind of guy.
Yeah.
So he's going to be like, go this way.
the
go
true
this way.
king.
And then when you're finally like, I really don't want to drive anymore, he's like, good. I know where we're going anyways. Move over. I'll do it.
Yeah. Or realistically, he'd probably be like, move, bitch, get out of the way. Actually, no, because he doesn't want to be the leader at first. And
No,
then
he
finally
says that, but he probably still acts that way.
True. So my snacks are being provided by Peeta Mellark from Hunger Games.
Really? I haven't read this. So.
He is the
The
son of
irony of picking your snacks
from the Hunger Games.
Hunger
I know.
is-
Here's the logic.
Okay.
He's grew up in a bakery, so like he knows
Right.
all about them cakes and cookies and shit, which I love. But also,
Not Whole30 compliant.
I know, but he also had to live in the woods
This will
and
take
get.
place in 2 months, Bob.
Yeah.
When she
So,
finally fucking finishes her 1 month challenge.
oh my god, y'all, stop! I'm trying to better myself. It's
Anyway,
a process.
All right.
So Peeta, he knows all about cakes and cookies and all that good stuff, but he also lived in the woods, so he knows about like nuts and berries and jerky and stuff like that. Things that aren't just sweets.
Right.
And I hate being in the car and having the only option be like candy and snack cakes.
I love a Twizzler, but once you've eaten an entire large pack of them, you're kind of ready for
You're kinda
anything
done
else.
with that.
Yeah. I mean, that was the thing. Like when we took that road trip to Michigan, I'm like, I am so over the fucking
Even
M&Ms
Tanya-
that I keep buying. Like, what is
Tanya's
wrong
like,
with me?
please God, can we get a gas station hot dog? And Bob's like, right?
Anthony bought, what was it, 2 dozen cookies?
Oh my god! Yeah, because it was like buy a dozen,
Get a dozen.
get a dozen for $1, and so he had two dozen
he bought,
giant
like, 2
ass fucking
pounds
cookies.
of fudge.
Yeah,
Like,
and we
he
had
just went
we
all
ate
out.
ourselves stupid at breakfast, and then walked down to this little quaint town, and they had this bakery, and they're like, "Ooh, here's some fresh eclairs." You know, I fucked up that eclair; it was real good.
Yeah,
and then they were also like, "Here's some fudge, and buy a dozen cookies, get a dozen for $1." Who doesn't take that deal, right?
Yeah, I threw up about an hour later.
He did.
I did. It was tragic.
Climbing up on the dunes because dunes makes you
Yeah.
Want to vomit? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, long running joke. So, so Peeta would be in charge of my snacks.
Okay.
My aux cord music person.
Who's doing the tunes?
H.
Oh, you didn't say what your conveyance was.
Oh, going to Pemberley Estate. This is a rich people place. Like it's gonna be like a horse-drawn carriagey thing.
Okay.
And Derek looks at me like, "Bitch, you said no carriages."
I
They don't have cars,
No one-
and you
no
can't
one-
roll up in there in a wagon or on a single horse.
sure you can. You're
can.
gonna all
And
right.
Aragon's not really going to want to talk to
Gorn.
anybody.
Gord.
Whatever.
There's a fictional character named Aragon, so you can't say
Strider.
Aragon and-
Strider doesn't really, he's not super talkative. He would probably prefer to sit outside and just drive this fucking boat anyway.
He's not like,
He's not a grumpalump, but he's
Yeah.
also not like
he's stoic.
super jovial.
Yeah.
So I just imagine he would sit up on top of the carriage and sit. Anyway, so my aux cable would be H from Ready Player One. Not that I want to listen to 80s tunes the whole time.
Yeah.
However,
That's pretty much what you just assigned.
no, that's the area of expertise. But I think that H would know other music, and I like 80s tunes.
Yeah.
And H as a person seemed
Pretty cool.
pretty
I mean,
cool.
They live nomadically.
Yeah. So
So,
H is used to traveling around
yeah.
in her RV. So I think H would be my choice. Like,
I like it.
fuck Parth. I wanted some modern music, not
Yeah.
like, who's going to play the lute for me the whole way?
Okay.
So it
Yeah,
would be
I
H,
like it.
because fuck Parzival and fuck Artemis. She real bitch.
You
It'd
did
be
some good
H.
choices. All mine are better, but good choices. Okay. So, my navigator, I picked him before I picked my location, but he then fits in perfectly with my location.
Okay.
Gandalf.
Makes sense.
Because
He's from that world.
he plans out road trips. That's kind of what he does. Like The Hobbit is fundamentally
Right.
a walking road trip that he sets up. Lord of the Rings, he does, and like And the thing is, like, if things get crazy, this man is more than ready to fucking throw himself off a bridge with a Balrog to save your life.
You shall
Like,
not
that's what I'm looking for.
Oh,
in my
you're gonna get in
navigator.
traffic, and he's gonna pull that. Be like, you shall not pass.
And he's
it's
he's
great.
got magic.
Yeah.
Seemingly. I mean, you don't ever really see it.
Like, come
They
on,
say
he
he
does
has
the light out of his staff, and
Ooh,
I got
he's got a
hey, guess what? I
flashlight.
got a flashlight.
Yeah.
Am I
well,
Gandalf?
he also turns his staff into a whip when he's fighting the Balrog.
It's like okay. I can get a whip and light it on fire, and am I now Gandalf?
Anyways, let's move
No,
on.
I know he has magic.
He's a wizard.
It's a bit of a pet peeve. Like there's
You
very
want him
little-
and Dumbledore to have a baby and have
there's
it be a
very
real wizard?
little magic actually seen.
Yeah.
Kind of. Anyway, minor pet peeve. But no, Gandalf, he's got magic.
Yeah.
And you know, he knows.
It's more like magical items and not him
Yeah.
making
Well,
magic.
he knows Middle Earth better than fucking
Anybody.
damn near anyone.
Yeah.
You know, perfect navigator.
Right.
All right, my snacks. All right, so I picked basically 40 people, but it's no, hear me out though. It's kind of hard to say. All right, so I picked a friar from Redwall. In the Redwall series, the Abbey, Redwall Abbey, every book has like a completely different cast of characters. So any friar from any one of those books will do, whichever one. If there's one that's a badger, I can't remember. I think there was like they all like Friar Dunn, maybe. Fuck it, we'll just say Friar Dunn just for shits and giggles. Like he was a mouse. But anyway, why I picked him. If you've ever read a Redwall book,
That food,
holy
though.
fucking Christ. A third of every book is delicious descriptions of food that you just want. And like, because he's a mouse, he's used to going in, like, because of the nature of the world, he's used to making all this shit from shit he just found in nature. Like, they're,
Yeah.
you know, like, and like, one thing, like, they're constantly making, like, cordials and teas and all sorts of just crazy shit. It's like, oh, are you going on an adventure? Well, let me pack you a light pack. And like
3 wagons later.
it was like, you know, they go to open up the pack like the next day and they describe what they eat. And you're like, fuck, man, their fucking trail rations are better than any food I've had in the past
Ever.
month.
Yeah.
So,
That's because you only eat spam and
Pulled
potato.
peanuts.
I mean, you're not wrong. But,
Not tater wedges. He's doing low
all right,
carb.
I
so
know, but-
here's, I think I'm going to win the auxiliary cable.
Okay.
Lestat.
Ooh,
Yeah, because I think we can all agree the Queen of the Damned soundtrack was
fucking banging.
real fucking good.
Yeah.
Okay. And
And Queen of the Damned, he was the lead singer of an
a
amazing rock band.
so you know he's going to have good, and he grew up. I mean, like,
And he was a classically trained pianist.
yeah. So he's going to have a good variety of music, but the emphasis is going to be on rock, which is most of what.
he
Your
likes.
thing.
But
yeah,
if you want to
so-
mix it up, he can kick it.
oh
old
yeah, he
school
can do.
too.
He can do. I'm sure
Okay.
there was probably a time when he was fucking playing folk tunes with Joan Baez and some other hippies or whatnot. Like,
Man, I'm gonna
probably,
read those books again. It's gonna super weird me out, but I really like.
Yeah.
I need to read more.
So
Because
you
I
can
didn't
movies,
pick
but-
from movies. I
No,
only
I
picked
picked-
from books
Well,
that
this
I
is
read.
No. Lestat is from the book.
It's from the book.
I haven't read it. I'm just saying I need to read more.
Oh, okay, I thought you. I was like, how
Okay,
dare
yeah.
you say?
No, but
No,
Queen-
I'm just
Queen of
saying,
the
like,
Damned,
I need to read more.
I just the
My
soundtrack,
field
the
to
movie
choose from.
soundtrack was really
Yeah.
good, and so I was like, oh, that's so yeah, that's my
A solid
that's my-
choice.
That's my.
I
pick.
still like my answer better, but it's kind of cheating as to why.
All right, so lay it on us.
What
Okay,
is
so I think we're all traveling in the same conveyance. I didn't actually say, but like, let's
Yeah.
be real here.
Wagons.
Yeah, I mean, it's what are you gonna do? You know,
Right.
Yeah.
So my first,
Who's your navigator?
my navigator. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm changing it. My navigator is Tom Maryland from The Wheel of Time.
I kind of thought that he might end up being your aux cable pick.
He was, if you looked at my thing, but then
Uh-huh.
I switched things because for reasons that I
Okay.
will mention
All right.
at a later date. The reason he's my navigator is because he travels all the damn time, so
Yeah.
he knows how to,
Well, he kind of takes on that role early on in
Yeah.
the first book, He's
especially after they get split.
Yeah.
So he's an experienced traveler. Also, let's be real. If I get tired of who has the aux cord,
You can just trade off.
he can take the aux cord, or he can just tell me stories.
Yeah.
Which is really, that's why he was originally going to have the aux cord, because he could do music himself, play good music, or just tell me awesome fucking stories.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why I did that. Also, bear in mind that I picked, and this is so lame, but I picked all of these people specifically because I'm also concerned about dying on this trip, and all of them will be able to keep me safe.
That's fair. That's fair. No, that's a legitimate concern.
Yeah.
That's why part of why I picked Gandalf, because like this motherfucker literally will kill himself for me. Like, okay, cool.
Okay, and then that's the navigator. That was the
Navigator.
Navigator. The aux is going to be Call Hilo from Jade City. Now, here's why.
I bet you he does like some good music.
He is all about the nightlife.
Yeah.
In
He likes to boogie.
in KCON. Yeah, and honestly, that was originally where I was going to go. Like, that was where I wanted to go visit.
Oh man!
Because then I could have had a car too.
A road trip from like the jade mines down to the city through the rain.
That's what I was originally going to do, and it was
that'd been good.
the trip was going to conclude with hanging out with him in KCON, going to nightclubs.
Yeah.
Because then you know it's fucking safe.
Yeah.
Because it would have been in the time before what happens in the books.
Yeah, no, I'm with it.
But
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
he's super safe. He's a badass. Also, personality wise, he's a really likable, charismatic, enjoyable person to be around. But also doesn't fuck with people. Like, is not about to put up with no shit.
Yeah.
Also, he's an interesting go-between between Tom Maryland and who brought my snacks.
Okay.
He can get along with both of them.
Who brought your snacks?
Jean Tannen from The Gentleman Bastards. Because he, along with everyone else in those books, are classically trained master chefs.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So, and
Ooh.
he know and not just one style of cooking, but is it 9 different?
Yeah, I don't think he's a
Or
master. I
7.
don't think he's a master in all of them though. But he's
Yeah.
a master in like 4.
I was going to try and choose the brothers because they are a master in all of them.
Yeah.
But
No, but yeah, no, he would be good.
And conversation-wise, he's pretty down to earth, but also very well educated. Same with Tom Maryland. And Hilo gets along with everybody and is more rough and tumble, so he would get along a little bit better with Jean. But he's also agreeable, so he'd get along with Tom.
You know, really, what would be an amazing one if you just picked Locke's crew on a road trip to see just like from Comore to like Shade, like that would be just an amazing trip there.
So that was the first answer I had.
Yeah.
That wasn't actually my real answer. It was kind of my real answer, but mostly because I was too scared to go on the other trip.
What was the other trip?
The other trip is Comore.
Yeah.
I really want to go to Comore.
But you will get shanked.
But I will die.
Yeah.
But I specifically built my
Crew to
team
get you not
keep
shanked.
me safe.
Well, I mean, Locke's crew would keep
they
you
could.
safe.
But, I went a different direction on this one.
Okay.
And I'm going to run through this one real quick, just, because it's a bonus.
Yeah.
But my ox is Kvothe.
Yeah.
Just think of Kvothe in Comore.
Oh, yeah.
He would
Oh,
fucking eat that shit up.
Oh, yeah.
He would love it.
I would love to see Kvothe and Locke,
Locke.
run a scheme together.
Oh, my God.
That'd be great.
So good. Also,
That's some fan fiction.
and
there.
who is my navigator? Oh, just another person who would love the city, Kelsier, from the Mistborn books. Also, uber badass that can keep me safe.
Yeah, and loves a good heist.
Yes, he
So
does.
you're also similarly like the dream heist team.
Yes, I am kind of, and also Kvothe. I mean,
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
real strong. And then the snacks on this one would be Hilo, because if you read those books again, he's always going to great places that have like fried squid balls and
Yeah.
stuff like that. He could bring amazing Cakanese
Yeah.
food. It'd be
Well,
awesome.
Comore
And
has
he-
all sorts of good restaurants if you're just taking like a road trip around.
And
Comore.
they have a whole bunch of seafood stuff that they eat there, just like in Comore. So he would really appreciate the food there. So we would have a great time.
I didn't really think about the dynamics of my
That
crew.
was what I thought about the most.
Like Gandalf can get a little aloof,
Yeah.
Lestat, all of Anne Rice's vampires get whiny. Like
Yeah.
Lestat is less whiny than some,
But he-
but
but
he can
then
get emo.
But then at the beginning of the 4th book, he's buried himself in sand trying to commit suicide.
Yeah, and then but like the fucking any friar from Redwall is just a jovial little woodland critter that's like, "Ooh, please eat."
I imagine he would be able to keep Gandalf focused.
Yeah.
Because Gandalf would be like, this fucking mouse is talking to me.
My bonus ride, like if I could pick any vehicle in my world, it'd be a swan ship to the Undying, like that they used to go to the Undying Lands. It's like a flying boat.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, so if you could have any mode of transportation, period, to just cruise you around.
in that world.
Oh, in that
world.
world.
We were saying like, what's the best thing that you could reasonably get?
Yeah.
Like commonly, well, what's the best thing you could reasonably get uncommonly?
Gotcha.
The ship to the Undying Lands. Swan
I don't
boat.
know. In the King Killer Chronicle world, like, I don't know, maybe...
Chandrian. Just ride.
That's what I was going to say. Haliax would take me places. That's the only thing I could think of, yeah. Either that or
what was
like...
that fat dragon thing?
The Dracus?
The Dracus. Just ride the Dracus.
No, I don't want to ride the Dracus. It'd roll over into a flame on me. It would suck. But I was like, I would totally go places with like Foth's family back in the day. Before.
Oh, on the caravan.
Yeah, they would just
really
be
fun.
entertaining me, brewing shit. I'd hang out with Abinthy all the time.
Yeah.
It'd be great.
You got.
I mean, it's Victorian England.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
so,
all right, so
you get a
all right,
carriage.
So here's
that's
like
it.
if you
A
could
nice
pick
carriage.
any mode of transportation
From anything?
Here's my weird pick. The Dungeoneers in book 3, they go to this jungle island, and they basically rent like 40-foot crocodiles that with saddles, and they are trained to you drop a like gold piece in its like to it every day, and it carries on. If you don't, it just turn around and goes back. Like
Nice.
it's like a coin operated alligator kind of deal.
Nice.
But it goes great through the water, but then you don't have to worry about it. They call them portagators because you don't have to carry the canoe. Then it carries the canoe itself, kind of deal.
That's great.
They're just great.
That's great.
Portagator.
I don't know. I mean, like, I wouldn't want to ride a dragon. I feel like I'm going to get it. I don't feel like it's going to be comfortable. Not for real.
Well, we're assuming that it's a dragon that won't eat you.
Well, you have to...
It's still not going to be comfortable.
Well, hold on.
Saddles.
What kind of dragon are you riding? It depends what world the dragon is from.
I would think about, like...
Because if you ride a Midkemian dragon, they specifically have magic that makes you comfortable on their backs.
I'm thinking about Song of Ice and Fire dragons. I just imagine that's not comfortable. And I imagine... I mean, a horse isn't comfortable. I don't want to take a long-ass trip on a horse. Man.
You get used to it.
I'd rather not.
Well, my answer is literally...
Teleportation. Is that an option?
Yes.
Just...
this is...
Well, but then you don't get a road trip experience. The idea here is
So,
a road trip.
One of quite probably my favorite thing in any book ever, for the almost literally, is the Hall of Worlds in the Rainy Feist books.
Yeah.
That's what I want. So I can go to this. It's like this. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's a hallway with doors that open up to every world in the multiverse.
Ooh.
And they also have like this place, but in between time, between space time, that you can go and hang out with people that know how to get there from other worlds. So it's just like people that speak all these weird languages and have these weird weapons and have these weird magics and know these weird things. And it's like, oh, that would be the best.
So
that might actually be my traveling to place now. I didn't think about that.
Oh, you'd have to pick a lot beefier people than you got to keep you alive.
Yeah.
So
you'd basically have to recruit Malazan.
Malazan.
I would just take I would just show up with Macross and Pug and Ashen Sugar, and I'd be fine.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So if I picked a different mode of transportation, I also have to pick a different navigator because my mode of transportation is my navigator.
Ooh.
I just finished Behind the Mask by Brandon Kennedy, and having Hopper be able to just like, because he can only hop like 3 times within a period of time, so he could we could all hold hands, hop, 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 chill out where we're at there, hop, 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 chill out where we're at there.
Talking about hops.
Okay.
This American Hippos book, riding these hippos sounded so cool. Like just the way this woman describes them riding these hippos, it was pretty badass.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
kind of fun.
A road trip in a fantasy place. I had so many ideas I was like, oh, but these characters would get... Like, my original plan was...
Maybe next year, after we've read a bunch more books, we might revisit this.
Just
do it again.
I wanted to... My whole plan, like, the original plan was...
Our annual road trip.
Then you can only use characters and places from books you've read
This year?
in the year.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay.
We'll do that.
To motivate you.
So this is the one that we get to go from our entire literary backlog.
Okay.
Yeah.
January of 2020.
Any book you've read in 2019.
Yeah, we can
Well,
pick characters
okay.
from for next year.
So
So
my
I'm gonna have
original
red hippos.
plan
Boy.
was Imre
Uh-huh.
riding with Kvothe as the navigator, since it's
Natch.
his world.
Yeah.
Tom Maryland as my ox, and Sean Tannen because
You know where
he
you're fucking
likes
up? As your ox,
what?
Patrick Rothfuss, because it's his world. And can you imagine him just storytelling for the whole time? Come on now.
Yeah, but I was going with characters. Also, I think it would be really fun to make Kvothe just have to sit there and not get to control the music,
Oh,
and
yeah.
Tom control the music the whole time, and him be like, "Dude, I mean that's good, but like wait till we get where we're going."
Yeah.
Because I'm going to take you to the Aeolian, and then they would go to the Aeolian, and everyone would have a great time,
And,
then I
would
would
be like, "Ayo!"
and Jean would just be
yeah.
awesome the whole time because I love Jean.
Nice.
He's
Yeah.
he's great.
All right. Well, anything anyone wants to add to their?
I had so many thoughts about
No,
this.
but
Was,
I would
yeah.
like some real life right now snacks, to be honest.
Yeah.
What's my ice cream? What's my ice cream?
I would.
can have
My
a-
tummy
God.
hurts.
I can have a dart. No. So anyway, a quick reminder.
That's
we
a
are-
cigarette. You wouldn't have a dart.
I was referencing Letterkenny.
I know.
Guess it. Oh, you haven't heard this. So, because we've all been watching so much Letterkenny, our D&D group, we had a session where we basically just all like shit talked each other and did Letterkenny quotes.
Perfect.
And our DM posted that on like Twitter, and Stuart liked it. Stuart liked it. So yeah,
That's great.
So basically, we're famous now.
Yeah. I love it.
Anyway, so as a reminder, this month we are reading Sun, Moon, Dusk by Ursula Vernon and The Martian Obelisk by Linda. Can't read my handwriting, but you can go on to booksbeardsbooze.com and go to short reads, look for January, and you'll see what. And there's links there, free to read. Just click the link, read the story.
It's going to be great.
And our last episode of this month, we will we'll chat about them.
Talk about it.
Talk about it. All right. So, in the coming week, may the blessing of the beard be upon you.
And upon you. Thanks for listening to this episode of Books, Beards, Booze. Our co-hosts are Bob, Derek, and Tanya. Our producer is Bob. For more information, visit our website, booksbeardsbooze.com. Follow our social media at Tales by Bob. If you enjoyed this podcast, please rate, subscribe, and share. Okay, bye.